in a second. We'll make some adjustments before we get going live here.
Move it to Dawg.
Start this thing here in just a second. Well, I don't know if anybody else can hear the music out there. We'll see after we get done taping. I can hear it, and that's all I care about. And it's old school blast. AWOL Nation Sail. So for me, I look like an idiot sitting here dancing, but I don't feel like it because I can hear it. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's see if we can all hear it. I want to rock out too, huh?
Well, we'll find out when we play the show back. So anyways, I am sending that little character, that little bad boy, out. And that's going away, and it's just you and me tonight.
Alrighty.
That's it. It's practice.
Whoop. We need practice.
Who needs
It's
practice?
practice. It's practice. It's not the game. It's practice.
Wait,
I mean, what are we talking about here? We're talking about practice.
yeah, but you're the superstar. You can't penalize me. Practice.
Right? Practice.
Hey.
You said it like 17 times, and what was that, like 1 minute?
Yeah.
They could have done how many times he said game in that counter too. I think he said game like 8 or 9 times too.
It's almost like when Obama does any kind of a speech and you count when he says the word I, like, what, 300 times during one speech?
Oh man, that guy.
Oh my God.
I'm seeing more and more things that people are pointing out and whatnot that, you know, when he's talking, he always raises like one finger and whatnot. And apparently that's like a symbol for the Muslims that for meaning like one God.
No,
one Allah.
on. Really?
Yeah. I've been seeing that stuff, and I'm like, that's interesting. I mean, that's kind of what I was like. I'm like, that could be a reflex though, because I don't know how many times I went, you know, and you raise your finger, and I think we all know I ain't praising Allah. That's for sure.
Well, okay, I gotta cut these people some slack a little bit because we did spend 8 years just bashing the crap out of Obama, and okay, rightfully so. But
that's what I was about to say. Was rightfully so.
But the other side right now believes in their brain they're bashing Trump, rightfully so. So everybody has their own. So I got to cut them a little bit of slack. I mean, if that's what they truly believe, hey, we did what we truly believe. So, you know, it's what makes the world go round, right?
Right.
So, yeah. Hey, before we get started, so since we're doing practice show, and this isn't for real, and we're gonna have a guest on Thursday with our final practice.
Still working on that. I mean, he said he's good to go, but I think we need to like get the details down with him and whatnot. That, like I say, Thursday night here is going to be kind of crazy in Kansas City because we do have the Chiefs and Raiders game, and it's for first place, and it's going to be hard. I mean,
that's what you were alluding to, because
yeah, Kansas City is going to be on lockdown, brother. The game's not till the evening, and they're opening the stadium up at noon, and you know it's gonna be nuts. It's Raider hater week, man.
There is an official postponement of Dawg to Dawg moving on.
Oh no, Friday I'll have it on my TV right here, and we'll be talking, and sure? I'll come out of nowhere and be like, "Come on!" and you'll be like, "What did I say?"
Are you serious? You'll
be like, that guy is getting more excited than I've seen him the whole time. I must have said something good.
Look, it's perfectly okay with me if you think about it. If you want to move the practice show to Friday night, hey, I get it. We already can't do a show on Sunday night because of a bunch of dead people walking around. So if we want, Just I'm flipping you shit. Hey, speaking of that word shit,
There you go.
I've got the contract right here in front of me that you sent over about our partnership on this show. I don't know who the heck drew all this up and how many pages your attorney or whatever you guys got going on, but I mean, yeah, granted, this show is going to take off and we're going to make $1 million.
$1 billion.
But you've got something in here. Let's see. I pulled it out. I found it like buried on page 10. It says it's a swearing clause. And apparently you have some sort of cash register or something you're going to.
Something like that. I surfed around for it a little bit and I found something for it. So now every time that something flies out that shouldn't,
so
you hear one of them sounds.
So let me get this right. If I swear, we're going to hear, and then I have to pay $1. And then
$1.
You want me to, here it says you want me to, at the end of every quarter, donate all the money to St. Jude's. Okay.
Absolutely.
Fuck.
Which I don't know. That's an awesome cause, and we should do that. However,
You missed
it
me.
almost be giving, so it almost help you out with. I'm trying to help you out,
Okay.
and at the same time,
Help me.
I hate to say by
help you. We're all right.
Right.
We're teasing. There is no contract. These are all blank pages. That was the setup. Right. And then we'll be doing the show from our yacht and everything else once we start making $1 billion.
I'll be up in the mountains somewhere in my $1 million log cabin having it satellite blasted over.
Did you ever see Trading Places?
Yeah, back in the day with Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy and
Yeah.
them. So at the end of the movie, Dan Aykroyd is out on his little yacht with Jamie Lee Curtis and Eddie Murphy sitting back on the beach. Looking good, Lewis. Feeling good. Whatever his name is.
Mm-hmm.
That's been my old motto. It's like if a blast or the Dog to Dog or anything I ever do finally takes off and makes money, that's my thing. Feeling
Don't
good,
live on a yacht.
Lewis. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't live on a yacht, but yeah, it's like feeling good. Daggone it. So let me pull this thing up here. There was I can't even find it now. The story that I know, we shared it on Dog to Dog. I shared it with you today, and I want to pull this up. God, it stinks in here. It smells like ass. But you know what it is? No, I didn't say a bad word.
Right. Well, technically that's in the Bible, so we're good.
I slipped in an FU right after that, and you didn't even catch it. I was testing you. So
I didn't even hear that.
Right. There you go. So you know what it is, who it smells right now? Pizza.
What's that?
Pizza.
Hmm.
And I'm going to be eating some pretty soon. Speaking of which, I had the absolutely weirdest experience at Papa Murphy's on Sunday. I shouldn't even share it. It was freaking weird, dude. I'm like, I call him. I'm going out. I'm running out to go get some new puppy food. We got a new Siberian Husky and all that. So I'm like, I got to babysit Raquel. And so Lisa's leaving. So I'm like, I'm going to bring a pizza home. If I'm babysitting, I'm going to watch some football with my granddaughter. I call Papa Murphy's. It's very simple. And I go, like that cowboy pizza I just saw on TV, please. Oh, well, it's not the cowboy. We don't have it anymore. It's 5 stuff, blah, blah, blah. I said, oh, that's perfect. Yeah. And would you like that family style or large? So, well, what's the price? Okay, I said, no, I'll have a large. That's good. Give the name, phone number, be there in 15 minutes. And all of a sudden, as she's she's got the phone and she goes, oh my God. And I'm like, wait a minute. Was she saying that about me? Was she saying like, oh my God, what an idiot I was just talking to, click. That's what I felt like. And you know that movie with Adam Sandler and he's on the plane, it's called Anger Management. And no matter how calm he is, they think he's angry. Mm-hmm. So I'm like, yeah, just like a pizza and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm like, whoa. Or she's got caller ID and she recognizes my name and went to school with my kids years ago. And it's like, I can't believe that douchebag called in. Really, that corporate family. So I'm like, that just didn't sit right. So I call back and ask for the manager. Well, I'm Chris. I'm the assistant manager. The manager's not here today. It's like, okay, well, I'd like to cancel my pizza. It's not very cool to just not show up. So I'm gonna let you know I just call it in. Don't make the pizza. I said, okay. He said, would you like me to give you the number to another location? I'm thinking, wait. So something is wrong because he just found out that the same name and phone number she yelled out that there's a douchebag on the phone. Me. Maybe. And so I go, yeah, that'd be really nice. It'd be really great. And all of a sudden I go, are you mildly interested at all in why I'm canceling the pizza at your place? Manager says, no. I said, well, really? He goes, well, no, I mean, you're going to buy one from Papa Murphy's at another location, so you don't have a problem with Papa Murphy's. And I go, well, you're not even interested why I'm disappointed in your place? He goes, no. I said, well, okay, I'll tell you what. Cancel the whole thing. I'm not going to buy anything at Papa Murphy's at all. Now are you interested in why I'm canceling? Nope. I'm like, I'm listening to this manager, really? And I said, well, what about if I call your corporate office on Monday and tell them why I'm disappointed? Okay, click. And that was it. That was the experience.
That's sad, you know. I mean, but at least in a way, at least he was honest with you. He didn't try to blow smoke or anything. He was just like, I don't care. You know, dude, I'm an assistant manager at Papa Murphy's. This is my life. You know what I'm saying? So at least he was honest and he didn't pretend like he cared. I mean, you can honestly tell he just didn't care.
I almost spit that up through my nose.
Oh, that's awesome. Little A&W bubbles going right back through the nose. That'll be nice and burn.
So I made too big a deal of it. I called corporate today. I told them.
Oh, boy.
That was on Sunday. Today's Tuesday, right?
Yeah. Yeah, today's Tuesday.
Yes, that all happened Sunday. And I finally got through to corporate today. All right, never mind. God, am I really a douchebag to bring that up?
No, that was just an experience that you had this week that you felt like you had to talk about because you thought there was something wrong with it. But
you would be okay with that?
Honestly, the way I look at it, like I kind of yell at people when we go to McDonald's and they're like, I want it without onions, with extra pickles and no ketchup. I'm like, dude, they work at McDonald's for a reason. You know, don't make life any harder than what they have to be. You know, they're here to you know, that's their job. You know, I can understand if you had an allergy to something, you know, kind of be like, hey, you know, I can't have that. But it's not like you're at a fancy sit-down restaurant. You know, would you like sauteed onions and mushrooms with your steak and all that? But I mean, it's a fast food joint. I don't necessarily get too bent out of shape if there's something on it I don't like, which I don't eat pickles. You know, I can't stand them. They gag me. But I just pick them off. Pick them off, throw them aside.
So your co-host is just a douchebag.
I think that's what they were calling you. They each their own, man. I mean, like I say, I cut them some slack unless you know it's something that's blatant, like I'm standing there in line and you know, and they're talking smack on me or something. Then yeah, I'm sure. And actually, I usually don't have to because my wife usually doesn't let me out of the house by myself because she knows, and usually she's the one now who ends up being like, excuse me, I want to talk to your manager and I want to talk to him now. So I just sit there and I'm just like, yeah, you did it, buddy. Better you than me.
See, I just think that I don't know if I would say we let too many people get away with just mediocrity, no matter what they're doing, no matter what their job is. I mean, every job has value. I don't look down upon the pizza guy, because truth is, I sell dead chickens in a box. That's what I do. I'm literally the guy who says, would you like fries with that? Now, I get paid pretty good to do that because I do more than that. But
right.
But that's what I do. So, I mean, there's value in everything, anyways, let's move on.
Yeah, let's hit some headlines, because I'm sure our tens and tens of fans are probably
what about
wanting us to move on.
So the Black Lives Matter thing today, did you save that?
No, as far as
where they want
let me
us
see here.
They want us to
Oh
pay
yeah, the pay the severance pay or whatever for all the years. To me, that is just a bunch of hogwash, man. It is stupid. It's a bunch of entitlement, and there's entitlement people all over the place. What the BLM is doing is they're exploding a race card for their entitlement. Here's the deal. If anybody's ever watched Braveheart, and I'm sure you have by now, I've got Scottish blood in me. I can go back and say, okay, the English owe me money for my ancestors because they tried to wipe us out and they tried to literally breed us out. But how many freaking years ago was that? No one is around from that time. It's the same crap with and I get mad about the KKK and whatnot. There's enough problems in the world going on without all the race division and the hatred. If you got, I don't judge a person by their color. I judge them by the character they are. Plain and simple. I mean, I give everybody a chance, and sometimes I give people a couple chances. But it's just the BLM stuff is stupid. The Black Lives Matters, or the other BLM that likes to steal everybody's land for whatever purpose.
Whoa. Which one are you referring to? The oil that
Bureau of Land Management. No,
Okay.
the Bureau of Land Management with the Bundys and the Hammonds and the
Okay.
all that. I followed along that for a while, and there's two sides. There's absolutely two sides to every story. I understand that. However, from what I read and from what I followed, and I don't open my mouth very often. I'm actually kind of surprised I'm on a web show because I don't. It's just what they did, and that was a whole setup with Lavoie. I mean, that was ridiculous, and that is still going on, and it's still that it's just sickening.
But okay, but
there's
here's
a lot.
the thing. They shot Lavoie, right, out in the snow.
Yeah.
We don't really know exactly what happened. Did he have gun? Was it whatever? But we do know, based on the drone footage or whatever, that he wasn't like pointing at anybody.
No, he wasn't even going for it.
But it's the same mentality, the same type of thing as the white cop who just had a hung jury, where he shot the black guy 4 times in the back. Then he picks up his taser and walks it over and sets it next to the black guy. I mean, planting evidence, and the guy in a hung jury. So, I mean, I don't know. I think it's something to do with law enforcement or power. I don't know what the heck. The BLM, some of the law. I don't know.
It all comes down to a lot of people need a lot more Jesus. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Because everybody is acting like a freaking loon anymore.
Yeah. I'm trying to look up.
Yeah, that's just crazy stuff.
Well, I was trying to look up right now the exact part, because I rebooted everything. But anyways, the Black Lives Matter people, I think the ones that started in Seattle, that had jumped up and had bumped Bernie Sanders off the stage last summer.
Yep.
think
Yeah.
they're the ones that are asking and setting up somewhat like they call it it's not a GoFundMe page, but it is. It's called something like that. I think they want every white American to donate like $25 or something.
Right. Well, no, from what I read, there's like, yeah, there's like three different payment tiers, and it's just, I don't know. It just sickened me. I mean, I read it and I was just like, wow, you have got to be flipping kidding me. And you know what's sad? And you'll realize this is a freaking joke. But for two, there's actually some dum-dums out there that are actually gonna,
they will give
feel the white guilt. I got no guilt for who I am. I am who I am. I mean, like me, love me, like me, love me, hate me, whatever. I am who I am. I don't feel. Yeah, what happened back then, that was wrong crap. Slavery is wrong crap, plain and simple. I mean, I believe in doing my own work. I'll get out and mow my own grass and what have you not. But somebody else, when that was like 150 years ago or whatever, yeah, I mean, down there 150 years ago, I mean, there is nobody around anymore who had anything to do with that.
Right. Well, and that's why I refuse to say the word, I'll say it one time, African American, or I refuse to not to say it, but I refuse to call Black Americans or Negroes, as a lot of them want to be called, because that's the proper term. I refuse to call them or describe them as African American because
we're all American.
I've yet to meet anybody or who has dual citizenship. I mean, I know that Charlize Theron does, but these people do not.
I think our current president does right now.
Right? Yeah, but
I'm pretty sure
they don't have dual citizenship. They're not both African and American. So I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to participate in it.
Yeah, I mean, and it's like basically calling your heritage out. That's, I know, like on applications and stuff, and I've always wondered that. Why do they put that on there? What race are you? What's it matter? We're Americans. Whether
that's an excellent point. I want to look that up. How do you say that? Applications.
Yeah, I'm not even finding that post you put on earlier.
I'm not either. That's weird, right?
I wonder if it got taken down.
Oh, did I send it to your private message?
That could be.
Maybe that's what I did. So why do 100% of job applicants want to know your race or gender? Bill, that's an excellent question.
And what's it matter?
Well,
I guess I can understand, you can understand gender. There's certain jobs, and I really don't want to sound sexist here, man. I'm sure I'm going to take some flack for this. But there's certain jobs guys could do and certain jobs women should do. And I am far from being sexist on that. And I'm sure, like I said, I'm going to take some slack.
Like laundry?
Well, yeah, no, I wouldn't say that, brother. I've been married for 20 years for a reason, because I don't say that stuff. No, there's just certain jobs, that, to me, women are more nurturing. They're more loving. They need to work with kids more. Guys, we're more like just big stinky brutes for the most part. Construction sites are for us. That's what we do. Don't get me wrong. I've worked on plenty of construction sites, and there have been female workers who work hard. But, I guess I'm just kind of old school, old fashioned like that. I don't believe a woman's place is in the kitchen, barefooted raising kids. But at the same time, there's a fine line.
And you are tiptoeing right up to it, my friend.
Oh, I'm telling you. I just need to shut up now because I'm trying to back myself out of a hole.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say something, but then I didn't know how G or PG you want this to be, but you were talking about big brute men and stuff, and I'm like, well, I don't have any calluses on my hands, well, except for those few tender moments that I spend with myself. Bada boom, bada
Getting
boom.
lonely.
Never mind. I'm just kidding.
I
Okay.
got calluses all over my hands, brother. Me and my brother give each other crap when we get a blister on our hands. I'm like, oh, what's wrong, Sally? Did you get a little blister?
Right.
I was just giving him crap here, a couple of weeks ago because he was helping me rip up a floor or something here at mom and dad's, and he got a blister on his hand, and I was laughing at him, and he's like, shut up. I don't work with my hands all day like you do. And then another day I'm doing something and it was real repetitious with some pliers. I think I was cutting some wire mesh up, rubbing a blister on my hand, and I'm like, oh, look. He started laughing too. He's like, see, that's what you get. That's called karma.
Oh, that's funny. What, well, since we're doing a practice show and we're just dialing a few, making sure that it's all going smooth, I really want to be able to, on our next show, before we launch live, we'll make sure that this other computer is working so we can bring up videos and things like that. And so for anybody that's watching, during the show, when we bring up topics, we'll actually have support by being able to watch videos or bring up articles and things like that. But I'm not opening up that part of it tonight because we're working on a couple of other things. And one of the things will be having guests. And I think that our goal is two-pronged on that. Well, one is to bring in nationally known people. Obviously, we're not going to get mega stars, but there's a lot of nationally known people that are in the news all the time that I already know can come on and spend a little bit of time. But I think it's important to start bringing on some of our Facebook friends.
Absolutely.
And getting people involved.
This show needs to be for the people, by the people.
Grassroots.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So what else? We were trying to do a show last night, and I ended up having to babysit a lot longer than I thought. But you had a couple of things written down topic-wise that we were going to cover.
Absolutely. Yeah, the pipeline. That I've posted a couple articles on our page there. With what's going on with that, and the more research I do into it, it seems like it's all about the tribes were offered a buttload of money. They didn't take it. That and the pipeline wasn't even actually on the land that they're claiming it's to be on. Right. And it's just like, everybody was up in arms. We're screwing over the Native Americans again, or indigenous people, or whatever the PC term is nowadays. And come to find out, and I kind of jumped on that bandwagon for a minute. I'm like, yeah, we've taken enough from those people, not us personally, but those people were darn near wiped out. They really were, and it's sad history when it comes to that. And I'm all for, if somebody's invading the lands that we've given them, and yeah, I'll be one of the first ones on the front lines being like, no, you ain't doing this. But then, I always, like I say, I like to research. I keep my mouth shut for a reason because I'm quick to jump to conclusions, as I'm sure a lot of people are. Do your research, and the more you dig into stuff, you'll find out the truth. And the more I find out about it, it's silly. So the whole thing is silly.
I've got a friend, and she's married to a fellow who has Sioux Indian blood in him. And she sent me an article the other day. I posted it on my page. It's pretty long, and it was kind of a blog article that an Indian person wrote from their opinion on all of it. And it gave so much detail on everything from their point of view. And they call it the last Indian War, their last stand. And basically what they're doing now, it's, in my opinion, I don't know a lot about it, but it's almost like the blacks calling for reparations for what happened 300 years ago. The Sioux Indians now up at Standing Rock are talking about something that happened in 1851 when we wanted to give them, I think it was $150 million for the land back in 1851 as part of the treaty or whatever, and they turned it down. I don't know the whole thing, but it goes all the way back to they're pissed off about something. That is not a cash register moment.
Right.
They're ticked off. I said,
No, yeah, no, you're right. Hey, I mean,
They're
as long
pissed
as if it's a word and it's used
okay.
appropriately, you know,
Check.
like I say, I'm just trying to help you, brother.
All right,
You know,
just checking. Good. So they
that's
are.
one of the points of our show, you know, is being good Christians, good fathers, and good friends.
Yes.
You know,
So we'll just say that they were ticked off about something that happened back in 1851, and they're trying to make their stand now, right now.
yeah, and like you say, that kind of goes back to the whole
Last time you were on here, I think
BLM
I
stuff.
told you that. Come on, guys. Her name's Paris, by the way. Come on.
You changed it?
Her name's Paris.
Can I show everybody?
No.
Come here, please. All right, never mind.
Come on.
I was going to show.
Don, come on.
We've changed so that.
I haven't. No, I never called her anything. It's just playing around. Come on.
Okay. We don't know what to call our dog, Bill.
I've always wanted to go to Paris, so I think that's why I want to use that. Come
Okay.
on.
So we got a Siberian Husky the other day to replace Sugar, our beloved, who passed away last month, and we decided the mom's name is called Kanani, Kenani. Kanani means in Hawaii, beautiful one. I'm taking it. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, Kanani. I'm down with it. I've got it. And for like 2 or 3 days, Lisa's like, I can't remember it. It's hard for me to say. I don't know. Now all of a sudden we've called this poor dog like 9 different names in the last day and a half. And finally I'm like, Dawg. Now the poor thing is without a name.
Yeah, I can't really help you there, man. I mean, that's one of the things but you got to figure out something pretty quick to start training her, or else she's not going to listen to anybody, and everybody's going to be like, why didn't your dog listen? Well, we couldn't even come up with a name for the first 3 years of her life.
I know. Tell me about it. How stupid is that you can't name a dog?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
That's why I got kids, man. I let them name the animals.
Yeah, I should probably have our granddaughters do that. I've got the name.
So I know you were.
Go ahead.
I know you were wanting to hit on the other day on the whole Jill Stein thing.
Oh,
with her little recount thing going on.
Why did she say when the Pennsylvania State Court said, the judge said we want a $1 million bond, and why did she say we don't have the money? We don't have enough money. And so she turned around and filed in federal court. They just raised $7 million and they wanted $3 million originally. I think they're going to catch this woman for fraud eventually.
Somebody big time is pulling her strings.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and you know, right now, honestly, I think she's getting more airtime and more publicity than she did during the election. Because I'll be honest, I know her name was on the election ballot, but I did not hear one thing out of her the whole election time. You know, maybe she's wanting her 15 minutes now, and unfortunately, that is not the way to do it.
Even half of the Green Party is upset at her because they said part of the Green Party's philosophy is we don't deal with and we don't accept money from big corporations. We're green. And so they're upset about this. So I don't know. You're right. Somebody big time, Clinton's, the machine, the whatever, is all pulling the strings behind
it could be higher than that, brother. I mean, there's so many names up there that nobody even knows who they are. I mean, and I read today too that they're trying to move on Florida to get a recount going in Florida now.
Yeah.
I'm just, give it up. Here's the deal. We dealt with your president for 8 freaking years. We were ready for a change, Well, why did this happen? Look at the last 8 years of our country. That is exactly why this happened. And this is why, the middle America stood up and said enough, Yeah, we can go on that, for a while. But I know, like I said, you're wanting to hit on that, and I think it's something higher up, and eventually it may come out. Of course, then again, it may just fade into the background.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's just it's well, okay, so part of it is obviously they're not going to overturn the election for her or for Hillary. I mean, that's an impossibility, really. It was just like the stars would have to line up too much. And in Wisconsin, already Trump is like ahead 27 more votes than what he originally had. So I mean, it's just totally backfiring. But I mean, the theory is that what they're trying to do is have the counts not be finally completed and official by the 15th, when or whatever date it is that the electors have to vote.
Right. Right, and I've heard they're going after electorals too. That there's some electorals I read somewhere, and it was only on one little page, and I forget where it was at. But they said that some of the electorals are coming out and saying we don't want Trump. We want to go ahead and put Kasich in. I don't know if you saw anything about that. And
Today on Fox News, a guy from Texas did that.
yeah, what is that? No.
Stupid. I mean, it was never going to happen anyways, because I think you got to get like all of the electors from one state to flip. It's just, people are freaking insane.
It is. I mean, it just shows you the state of this country.
How about Trump making an announcement? Okay, so he has that dude from Japan come over to his apartment about a week or two ago, and everyone freaks out. You can't have a dignitary. You come to the Trump Tower. That's so wrong and blah blah blah. Well, guess what? 10 days later, 2 weeks later, Trump makes an announcement that, hey, Japan just agreed to dump like $50 million or $50 billion of investment into our country, which is going to create jobs. I mean, he's like, up the bat 2 for 2 now.
50,000 jobs. Yeah, I was reading on that. I mean, yeah. And you know what? Where's he going to do it at? The White House? No, he's not the president yet. I mean, he's doing what he does. He's a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
Where's he going to set him down with that? The corner bakery or something. They go in and have a meeting. No, I mean, take him to Trump Tower. I mean,
meet at Starbucks or something, right?
Yeah. What are they like? Meet there at Starbucks? Exactly. No, he's going to take him to somewhere nice, somewhere he's used to doing deals. Now it'll probably be a little different. I could see how a little bit of feathers would get ruffled if he was already sworn in and it was a year into his presidency, and he took him. However, it's just like showing a dignitary a good time when they come to the U.S. Taking them to some sites or something. I didn't want to go there. I almost said golf course. But,
sites.
Right. I almost said golf course, but I'm pretty sure we're all about tired of the word golf course with our current administration.
Right. And that's what I meant. I meant.
Yeah. It doesn't matter where the deal was done. It wasn't like it was shady or anything. It was at Trump Tower. People knew what they were doing. They were meeting, and he was negotiating, and he got a deal done. That's what we put him in office for. Get the deals done. Turn this economy back around. Get people back to work.
What do you think of Ben Carson being HUD?
I love Ben Carson. Man, honestly, I mean, that guy is awesome. Very, very soft. Very, very, you can tell when he talks, the guy has got something going on upstairs. I mean, he's a brain freaking surgeon. Go figure. Honestly, I wanted to kind of see him as like a Secretary of State that, going around the world overseas and trying to broker treaties or whatnot, because you never saw that guy lose his cool.
Right.
And I just think, he could set stuff out and be like, here's what we want and here's why, and be able to explain it to anyone why this would work out.
But how about him being called completely unprepared and not qualified, unqualified
to run the HUD, basically?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Yeah. I guarantee he's been in some impoverished areas in his lifetime.
Do you know where he grew up?
No.
He grew up in Detroit in those housing projects.
Well, then there you go. I think
his mom worked 3 jobs in order to keep them off welfare, and a single mom in the Detroit suburbs in the rat-infested buildings is where that guy grew up. Now, so I got into this comment situation on Facebook the other day. This woman was like, "Where's his qualifications?" Said his experience growing up there is his qualifications. Besides the fact that he's one of the most best problem solvers this country has ever seen. Forget the fact that
by far
great hands to be a surgeon, okay? Forget that part of it. He's the best problem solver up here in his brain. Even if he looks like he's asleep when he's talking, he's working stuff out.
Got that. Good job. Good job. No, you're absolutely right. I mean, that dude is brilliant. I mean, brilliant when it comes to a lot of things. I mean, and problem solving. Absolutely. I mean, I don't think there was a bad place to put him. You know, honestly, if I was making a team, I'd want him on my team. I mean, just when it comes to being a cerebral assassin, you know what I mean? A true person that can sit back and think and get things done. To look at the big picture and look at, you know, I'm all for it. Ben Carson is awesome in my book.
George Bush had Arnold Schwarzenegger in charge of something. What was that? Leading the jumping jacks and stuff for kids, all that. Did you ever see that?
I don't know. I mean,
well, long story short, Ben Carson wouldn't have been good at that.
Well, health and whatnot, he might have been. I mean, no, probably not.
I'm teasing.
Yeah. No, he'd be good anywhere you put him, man. I mean, Ben Carson, that dude, you know, I saw him up on stage, and they never really gave him a chance during the debates to talk.
No, he was
but he took it like a champ too.
Yeah, he's kind of fun.
Yeah, he took it like a champ. He took it very dignified, and he's like, you know, thank you. My name is Dr. Ben Carson. I'm glad you have given me a second to actually speak.
Right.
Granted, we've been here for an hour and a half, and you're probably wondering who I am. Yeah, that guy's.
He was pretty funny. Yeah. But I mean, no, he's not. He would not be good president material because he let them run all over him. But he's super smart. Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. I mean, and moving on, you know, to more cabinet members. You know, we got Mad Dawg as our Secretary of Defense coming in. You know, Mathis, that is as close to General George Patton as you get. You know, that dude just says what's straight up on his mind. I mean, and I love it. You know, when you think of defense, you think of military, you think of, you know, you think of a guy, and maybe it's just me, just like that. That's what you want. I mean, so that's his job. That is what he's. Well, they're doing a rally tonight. They're doing a rally tonight in North Carolina with him. He's there. They showed him on Trump's plane earlier today. Trump tweeted out, he goes, "Hey, I got General Mattis with me." He goes, "We'll see you in a couple hours in North Carolina." So that'll be kind of fun to look up the YouTube video on that or whatever. I'd like to see that.
That guy's another awesome guy. I mean, Trump is rocking, you know, bringing in rock stars and surrounding himself with people that are proven they can get the job done. I mean, I'm stoked. I am so excited, you know, and there's a lot of people out there that aren't even going to give these people a chance, you know, which is stupid, but you know what? So be it.
But he can get through 100% of every single person he has to put in front of Congress. He can get through. You know why? Because Harry Reid, against everybody's objections, 2 years ago set in motion what they call the I lost the word. The nuclear.
No, I know exactly. Yeah, exactly.
And everybody always said, "Hey, don't screw us. Don't screw us just because you guys are in office, because someday the shoe will be on the other foot. And nobody ever thought a Republican would win again. Well, guess what? It's on the other foot. And shove it right.
And it's everywhere. It's the
Right up
presidency. It's right up your Yahoo. Yeah.
So I didn't swear.
Yep.
We're gonna shove
No.
right up there.
They're an isosceles triangle. Yeah, I know exactly what you're saying, man. I'm stoked. I mean, I love turning on the news just to see, you know. And did you hear today about the whole Boeing deal with the Air Force One? They wanted something like,
awesome.
Yeah. He said,
like
guess what?
$4 billion or something for the planes. Here it is. Trump.
Right.
Trump cancel Air Force One order. They're not going to cancel that, but it sent him a message to say, get these freaking costs in line. This is ridiculous. The costs are already more than $4 billion. Billion dollars.
And they wonder why we're all these trillions in debt. Right. Now, granted, it's got to be, you know, a top of the line type of plane. That is our president and whatnot. But at the same time, enough's enough, you know, and Trump sniffed it out and called it for what it was. No, we don't need that. That is
$billion.
$billion. Exactly.
That's ridiculous. So
That does that. This says that for us. Billion.
All right. So let's cut this thing a little, like we're right at 50 minutes. Well, we're really about,
all right,
because we started a little bit late, we're going to be right at about 45 minutes or 50. And it's good for playback so we can get an idea. I am interested to find out if at the very beginning, even if you couldn't hear the music, if it got recorded. Because if it got recorded, then at least when we start, I can have a good time listening to it. And let's face it, when it's all about me, it's always good. Right?
if you say so, brother.
I'm teasing. So, yeah, and I apologize to nobody right now for eating the pizza that I'm eating. I'm just kidding. Who said that the other day? Somebody said, oh, that was it. McGregor at the Conor McGregor. I'm an MMA fan. I'm sorry. So I watched.
Dude, McGregor's awesome. I love McGregor. He is cocky, but he can back up his words a lot, you know, 99% of the time. Not every time. I've seen him get knocked out, but.
Okay, so $59 to watch the pay-per-view, right? Sorry, but I'm done doing that. I'm just done. And I have a website that's a little sneaky website that you can watch. And you can watch all the fights for free, no matter what it is.
Right.
You can watch any game. So I'm watching that. So right after he destroys, I can't even think of his name right now because he shouldn't even been in the ring with him. So anyways, he just won his last fight, won the championship, and McGregor has been like ripping on every fighter, everybody for the last 2 years, just ripping him and making fun of him. So he fights over and he says, and I would like to apologize because I've said some things to every single fighter, and I would just like to apologize to absolutely nobody. I'm like,
yeah, he's awesome, man. I mean,
that's freaking awesome.
Yeah. I mean, he can do it. I mean, that's part of his persona. That's part of the reason why people like him. I mean, that's one of the guys you either like or you don't.
See, now, right,
you know, there's
right
really
now,
no.
You got some serious going on with your thing. You'll hear that on the playback right at the last minute or two. You there again?
Huh. Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, you'll hear it.
Is it cleared up? I mean,
No.
It could have been. It was slapping against me.
No.
Huh.
It's not. It's not quite as bad as the teacher on Charlie Brown, but but you'll hear it. So anyways, we'll get it down. We're close. We have one preseason
Right.
show to
Yeah,
do left.
I need to break down and actually get an actual microphone. You know, a microphone and some headphones. So maybe I'll go look at those this weekend or something.
If you get
Just to see.
just get one like $29 or whatever. It doesn't matter. $39, and they've got the little ear head, the mouthpiece on it. You know, and those work great.
Right.
Great.
So
and
I
then,
think my $10 Walmart ones are starting to show that they're $10 Walmart.
I think a mouse crawled up it.
Yeah.
See, now
Yeah,
it's
it
better.
figures. It worked a
No,
couple times.
It worked just now. Whatever you just did to it made it work.
I have no idea what I did.
You had some fuzz on it or something.
Hmm.
And then if you get a chance, eventually you get that $59 or whatever it is webcam.
Yeah.
You'll come in super clear.
Right. Like I say, right now I just use my laptop. So as soon as I start, you know, the biggest thing is my computer is actually in the basement, and I'm afraid that it's not gonna do signal enough. So I bring my laptop, come in here in my bedroom, and that's how I'm doing it. So
It works.
I don't know. I'll figure it out somehow, man. I mean, even if I got to try to move my computer in here, I got to run that by my wife before I can do something.
It works. Why? I mean, do you have a webcam on that other computer?
No, I don't.
Oh.
Like I say, our modem is upstairs on the main computer upstairs, and then my computer's downstairs, and it's got the little plug-in for the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So I don't know how it's going to. So maybe we'll hop on one day, just you know, maybe tomorrow night or something, just to see if I can get it to. And if it runs good, dude, I mean, then yeah, I'll start running off the regular home-based PC and get the microphone and the big headphones and
get all tricked out, man.
Look like I got Beats by Dre on my head.
Get all tricked out. Check this out.
There you go. Bling bling. There you go. Put the old initials in them.
Oh yeah. There's nobody more vain than me. Let me tell you.
Just styling and profiling. Some Ric Flair floating.
I'm just teasing you. All right, buddy. So that's a good one. So we're going to shut off the broadcast, and then we'll talk for a minute, and then we'll figure stuff out. So good night. Anybody that's watching, this is the Beauty Queen wave, and we're going to call it a night. Yeah. All right. Out.